Joining me now is Eric Ham, our CTV News political analyst. Eric, thanks as always for joining us.
You bet. It's good to be with you.
Your reaction to Susie Wiles. I mean, it was coming. Most people expected it, but what do you think of it?
Well, we knew that there was actually an ongoing fight taking place between who would be the White House chief of staff. And we know that there were actually two contenders, Susie Wiles and another individual who ran America PAC. And when that person stepped down, it became clear that she would be the person who would helm that position. But this is certainly historic and a major shift, because she will be the first woman to ever serve in that position. And we also have to recognize that the White House Chief of Staff is the most important position, certainly inside the White House. And it's also the top political job in all of Washington. Susan, we know, comes from a very deep background, having served in Republican politics for quite some time, having run Ron DeSantis's gubernatorial race, which saw him get reelected in 2018, and even served as a top political staffer for Rick Scott, who was also the former governor of Florida. So she's got a very deep background, particularly in conservative politics, and now she helms this job in Washington. And many believe that, of course, Donald Trump recognized that he did not pick a chief of staff as quickly as he should have in 2016, which is why he made this decision so quickly. So clearly what we're seeing here is Donald Trump is actually learning from his experiences, having served in the White House 4 years ago.
Now, she reportedly said the clown car can't come to the White House at will. And she's a no-nonsense, very strong, powerful person. But she's run campaigns. Can she run the White House?
Well, again, that's what we will have to see. But running a presidential campaign is so political. And of course, there are so many moving parts for a campaign, a presidential campaign. It's a national position. And so running the White House is going to be equally as hectic, equally as politically biting. And of course, she does come from this world of politics. And I think because Donald Trump has put his personal stamp on her, I think we're going to see a lot of people within the Republican Party give her a wide berth as she attempts to now bring some discipline and messaging strength to this job.
Now, she did have a falling out with DeSantis after his win. Are there any other Republicans that might not be happy about this, or have they repaired that, fixed that bridge?
Well, while she certainly did have differences with Ron DeSantis, we also have to remember so did Donald Trump. And we know that relationship has been repaired. But again, I think what we're seeing here is the Republican Party has now fallen in line behind Donald Trump lockstep. And every decision that is made from here going forward, we're going to see a unified front by the Republican Party on this issue.
And with the cabinet, who are some of the people we might be looking at? Attorney General, I know there's one they've been bouncing around. Also, Betsy DeVos saying she'd come back to education if they were going to get rid of it. And Kennedy possibly being involved in health. Who do you think we're going to see?
Well, yeah, and we're also hearing that Congresswoman Elise Stefanik from New York is a possible for the top job at the United Nations. In addition to that, we know that Tulsi Gabbard, the former Democratic Congresswoman from Hawaii, who ran for president for the Democratic Party, who also moved across the line and supported and endorsed Donald Trump. There is also expected to be a role for her in the White House as well. And so right now we're seeing a lot of jockeying taking place for many of these top jobs. And I think we're going to see the Trump transition team move very swiftly to start to put a lot of these names and people in place going forward.
Okay. Eric, thank you as always, sir.
Thank you.
Eric Ham is our CTV News political analyst.